Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Death Stranding. My name is Brandon. In the last episode, we took our mom to the local incinerator, and then afterwards met up with our sister, who was currently a hologram, to basically rope us into helping her save the world. Again, totally normal, right? Let's get started.
Beginning scan. Scanning Bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
All right, so we have everything we need. We're going to our first spot to connect our first knot into the network. Let's see how it goes.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Sam, triple checked your loadout, I take it?
Yeah, I don't know why you said that. So we have the smart drugs, we have the climbing anchor, we have the ladder, and we have our boots. I think we're good. Let's clear our markers. Okay, so this is the route that I think we're going to go, and we'll see how this takes us.
Have a pleasant journey.
Sam, you see that sign someone left over there? You can leave some of your own if you'd like. Messages, warnings, words of encouragement, whatever comes to mind.
Oh, cool, it restored my stamina. That's awesome. Not seeing our marker. Pretty sure I know where we need to go, but...
Sam, even the best porters have been known to lose their cargo. But you're better than the best. You've got what it takes to finish what they started. If you come across any abandoned shipments, consider taking them to their intended destination.
It's easier than you might think. See, all our packages are tagged with Bridges IDs for easy tracking. And your OJA deck is equipped with a scanner which might detect said IDs. Which is a roundabout way of saying that that thing on your shoulder can help you locate mislaid shipments.
Yep, we did that.
Remember, Sam, every parcel is a promise made to a person in need. And they're counting on you to deliver.
I'm not too worried about that right now because all of these boxes have to go back there. And I'm fairly positive we're going to go back there again. So I'm not going to lug them all the way over there to lug them all the way back.
Hey!
I'm probably not seeing it because we're not over far enough. That's fine. Oh, there it is. Hey.
RTX ladder can get you safely across most rivers, you know. Maybe try using the one we issued you.
Maybe I'll wait and use it when I feel like I need it. I don't know if I can pick the ladder back up once I deploy it, so I think I have to leave it there. So I'm gonna wait till like I actually really need it.
Sam, remember that prolonged exposure to timefall damages cargo containers. Don't stay out in the rain any longer than you have to.
So I was talking with Yogurt Games, one of our subscribers, about the helmet here, the little hoodie, and about how it doesn't have a face mask to it. I don't think it has a little like force field around it. I think they literally just get that little flap, and that's really about it. And I think it senses that it rains, and that's what makes it come up. But I don't think it actually has anything that protects their face from the timefall. What I'm curious is that, does that mean BTs? Which I think I'm finding out right now. Yeah, I think I see him off in the distance. Alright, we're gonna go back up this way, I think. Because I see him off to the right. So I think if I stick off more left, we might be in better shape. Damn it. Got company. What is this? Chiral network area. Oh, so we're going outside of what's connected. Got it. That thing isn't blinking super sporadically. I think it got away. Awesome. Thumbs up, little buddy. So I'm curious if those areas move, or if they'll stay in the same place, or if there's points in time that, you know, they're more relevant. But I'm assuming if it rains and that timefall thing comes up with the hood, that I gotta be, you know, curious of them where they're at. I think that's where we're going. Yep.
Enough already.
Okay. This definitely looks more ladder worthy. Let's play this safe here because I don't want to fall down. Oh yeah, that's just a whole lot of not great. I bet you it'll be less intense a little bit further up the coast.
Give me a break.
Am I pushing him too hard? Yeah, it's looking better already. Okay. Alright, not quite. Oh, that's it? That's all we're gonna get? Well, that's not gonna do us any good. That doesn't even go all the way across. Let's put this thing away. We're just hoping it, folks. I'd love to use a ladder. It looks super cool, but I don't think we're going to need it. Yeah, much to do about nothing. Alright, let's get oriented here. Where the hell are we going? Up there. Okay.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Oh, yeah.
Two wheels up.
Two wheels up. Is that just an expression, or does that mean we're going to get a vehicle soon?
Verifying ID. Clear. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Don't you tease me, game. Alright, let's make our delivery.
Delivering cargo.
Thank you. We've all been feeling the loss of Central Knot City. No one seemed to know what it meant for the organization. Or the UCA. Or us. But the oxytocin will take the edge off, and that'll be a big help. Won't be long before we're back on track. We may have a luck. This is great. Thank you again. Yeah, everything looks to be in good order. And soon our way station will be too, I hope.
Alright, perfect.
You're with the second team, right? Where are the others?
Dead. Caught in the void out.
No way. That one blast got them all? And what, they just sent you out on your own? I mean, if it was just a delivery, that'd be one thing. Porters come through from time to time, but... The second team was meant to bring the Cupid. They were gonna connect us up. 3 years we've been waiting for help. 3 years! And they sent us one guy who Shit. Tell me you brought more than the Oxy, at least.
I've got the Cupid.
You... Really? So it's true. I finally got it working. Well, then you just might be the answer to my prayers. So what are you waiting for? You put us on the goddamn grid.
I wonder what a postbox is. This area is now connected to the chiral network, enabling you to see and access other players' structures and things of that nature.
Connection to capital, not city, confirmed. It's really happening. Just like Amelie promised. We can finally do what we came here to do. Hey, you're headed west, right? Gonna be a lot of people happy to see you. Guess you'll keep on till you hit the coast, huh? Which means you'll get to see Amelie in person. Oh, that's something. That is really something. Me, I've never met her. Only seen her holo messages back when I was with the first expedition. Well, anyway, you best be careful on the road. There's some bad people out there. More than good, some say. But I don't need to tell you that.
Thank you, Sam. By bringing that way station into the chiral network, you've put it in direct contact with those of us back here in Capital Knot City.
Right. What's next?
West of the way station are a couple of structures our previous expedition put in place. And beyond them is your next destination, Port Knot City. It's on the shore of a crater lake that formed after the first void out. Your objective is to link up Port and Capital Knot. But to do that, you'll need to utilize our facilities as additional waypoints. They'll be essential for establishing a stable connection. Given the distance we need to cover, we're looking at using a distribution center and a power station, as to which you should head for first. Start with the distro center. We've got some cargo that needs delivering anyway. Check the nearby delivery terminal to pick it up.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Your hard work's paying off, Sam. Thanks to the increase in network capacity, HQ is now in a position to provide you with additional materials and support. Should prove useful.
Oh, okay.
Sam, you can use that PCC to build a postbox.
Six containers of rare metals. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't need anything else. We never used what we had. Let's do... I think that'll work. Let's give it a try.
Order assigned.
Oh, wait. Other way. Alright, let's figure out where we are going. That's fun. Alright.
Weapons restrictions lifted. Clear. All weapons restrictions lifted.
Alright. Sorry about the edit there. A little under the weather. Just had to make sure I wasn't clearing my throat on the stream here. I'm going to try to stick down here by the coast area.
This one's for you.
What is this? Watchtower? Oh. Nice. So it basically like uncovers everything that's on the map. That's fantastic. I wonder if that's the connection. I'm kind of curious because it doesn't seem to notice BTs. I don't see that marked on the map anywhere. Seems like something you'd want to mark. What's going on? Oh, snappity snap. There's somebody standing down there, I think. Huh. Well, that might complicate things a little bit. Oh, crap. Are they scanning for me? Yeah, I think they are.
Your cargo's been pinged. Move. Now, before someone has eyes on you.
No, we're
Get to
moving.
your destination ASAP if you don't want to get caught.
I'm so glad I didn't pick up all that extra cargo now. Oh, shit. I don't want to turn and see what that was. Just keep going, Sam. Just keep going. Do they just speak in grunts? They don't English? Oh, that's good. I can punch. Good to know.
Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
I don't see him anywhere. I both like and don't like that. Okay, you see those things up there, the lines? I think that's where they're at. So I'm going to stay down here towards the coast until I have to go up there. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. Oh, great. Drop down, drop down. Alright. Not when I want to be yelling. I need to stop doing that. Alright. Ooh, okay. So we need to cut across this anyway, and I think that might get us further away from the BT situation. Let's just do that now. Kinda wanna just gun it. He's still on my right. Wait. Okay, there's one in front of me. Good thing we didn't gun it. On our left. Trying to really concentrate. Sorry if I'm not talking much. Alright, we're almost there.
Something wrong, Sam?
I don't know. Kid doesn't look so hot.
Nothing to worry about. Its functions are temporarily suspended, but they can be restored. I can perform the necessary maintenance at a distribution center. Hurry, though.
So are we out of the woods? Screw it.
When the strain on your BB exceeds sustainable levels, it triggers the production of harmful compounds. and the body, in essence, begins to attack itself. It's called autotoxemia. If your BB's not performing to spec, drop by your private room and see if the incubator helps.
I see a motorcycle. Goddamn cottonmouth. Oh, we can't use it though. Still gonna like it. I can't wait.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain on until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
I think we lost a box.
Decontaminating suit. Rest is advised.
Way station folks told me all about you. Sam Bridges, with the second expedition, right? The guy expanding the chiral network on his lonesome, when he's not out making deliveries. So what'd you bring us? Let's see it. Talk about above and beyond. Thanks. Must have had to pass through BT territory to get here too, didn't you? They weren't joking when they said you were a legend.
I thought it for sure it was damaged. I guess not. I thought it popped up and said at one point that one of the cases was about to expire, but maybe I've just misunderstood.
Okay, it's time. Do you mind connecting us to the network?
Sam, as always, thanks for bringing more folks into the UCA.
Oh, all right, cool. So it shows a bunch of stuff that people have added in, and I think it actually shows BTs. I think that's what those red circles are. Awesome.
Looks like we're on the chiral network. And with those materials you brought for our chiral printer, we can produce supplies for you here as needed. Think of it as our way of returning the favor. Now head west and keep on doing what you do.
The distro center is on the network.
Sam, do me a favor. Take your BB to a private room and connect it to the incubator.
Good work.
Dead man, you there? Little help?
Okay, Sam. Remove the pod and connect it to that incubator.
It's in.
Good. A temporary excessive stress. Easily addressed if we return it to its mother's womb.
Mother?
Located in the capital Knot City ICU. Brain dead, of course.
You mean still mother?
Correct. A still mother's womb facilitates a connection between the world of the dead and the BB. And you, in turn, connect yourself to a BB, granting you the ability to sense BTs. These pods were designed to simulate the conditions inside a still mother's womb. BBs need to believe they're in one at all times to function properly. However, we can only maintain this deception for so long, which is why we must periodically update the environmental data by synchronizing it with a still mother via the chiral network. There. The update is in progress. Right now, the pod is synchronizing with the still mother in capital Knot City and reconfiguring its settings based on the latest data. Returning your BB to the womb in this manner will temporarily reduce its stress levels. That being where it technically belongs, of course.
Kid looks happy.
I'll try adjusting the oxytocin dosage. Autotoxemia should set in much slower from now on. You should remember that BBs are just equipment. Try not to get attached. Each one has been physically removed from its still mother's womb. A process that renders them unpredictable and prone to failure. No BB on record has remained in service for over a year. It may need to be retired before this expedition is over.
And then? You saying there's no way to keep my BB alive?
You must understand, there is still a great deal we don't know about BBs. As we expand the chiral network and recover more past data, perhaps we'll find our answers. Oh, right. You asked me to look into why the BTs might be reacting to your blood. I spoke with Hartman. We should have your results soon. Anyway, get some rest. You and your BB are both exhausted. Good night, Sam.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Sam? Can you see me?
How are things over there?
Still not under guard. Still not chained up. Still can't leave. But if you can keep making connections, if you can get to me, we can go back east. Back home. Thank you. I mean that. It's bad. There are fewer and fewer people in the cities these days. No one's having children anymore. But humans aren't made for living alone. They're supposed to come together, to help one another. And if we as a people can't do that, if we can't reconnect, then, well, it's like Bridget said, extinction.
Come on. Rebuilding America isn't gonna get rid of the BTs. As long as they're still around, there's no escaping it.
But at least we'll have hope. I'll be waiting, Sam. Waiting for you. Come and find me.
Hello, Sam. This is Hartman. Since you're awake, it might behoove you to freshen up. To that end, why not take a shower? It's good for the body and soul, and also my research as it happens.
I feel like she's lying about something. Like, I don't know what yet, but she's definitely hiding something, I feel like. I don't know what, but we'll see.
Sam, this is Hartman. Deadman relayed your request to me, as I oversee BT research. I'll be taking a sample of your shower water in order to study the effects your bodily fluids might have on a BT.
Study other people with dooms?
Everyone in Bridges, myself and Mama. Results thus far are inconclusive. But you possess other singular qualities, being a repatriate as well. I must confess to a measure of optimism.
Processing fluids. Waste products. Drilling. Dispensing.
There. Take the sample with you. Should the opportunity arise, try using it on a BT. I'm curious to see how they react. Who knows? It may even prove beneficial to you. There was an old research paper detailing the effects of bodily fluids from individuals like us on BTs. It is only by recovering these materials that we can unearth the knowledge of the past. Not just the Death Stranding, but also the mystery of your body's unique properties and even our doom's affliction. There may well be hope for humanity. Sam, I have no interest in rebuilding America. I want to recover the past. 5, 4, oh, it's almost time.
2, 1. After you make your connections and nothing happens, then what? I said, then what?
Sam, sorry to bother you while you're taking a break, but I figured you'd want to hear this. Hell, maybe it'll help you rest easier. We received a number of messages addressed to you. I've not taken a look myself, but I gather they're mostly from your clients. You should see if they contain any useful information. Mail can be accessed via your cufflinks, as well as the terminal in your private room. There's something else I'd like to share with you. With the chiral network, we now have the power to reclaim our past. Data once thought lost forever from every corner of America can be pieced back together from fragmented records. Our archives are still a work in progress, of course. But as we expand the network and integrate more way stations and cities, we'll be able to recover more and more information, such as the previous expedition's logs and reports. Everything they sent back was lost when Central Knot City was destroyed. Now we've managed to restore some already, in fact. You can access them from a private room terminal or your cufflinks by selecting Archives. Might make for interesting reading.
Just what's going on? Yeah, I know. I was just about to do that, buddy. Look at all the material on his shirt. Like, you can see all the different types of material and had like the different. That's just wild. Yeah, sorry to nerd out for a minute. That's crazy.
You okay?
All right, so normally I would read a lot more of this, but like I said, I've been a bit under the weather, so I'm just going to go through a very brief little thing here. Thanks for delivering those rare metals, Sam. Everyone at the Distro Center really appreciates you coming through for us. I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you, though. That bike you saw outside, its battery is dead. That's why we couldn't use it. You'll have to give it some juice if you want to use it. Only need to do it once, though. Auto charger should kick in after that. Sorry if we got your hopes up. And I've got some more bad news for you, too. You see, different facilities have to work together, sharing materials so everyone gets what they need, and to make sure that everything that's produced gets put up to proper use. That's why guys like you are so important. Without porters, the whole system falls apart, the whole world even. So yeah, they're a bit short on materials, and they're counting on us. Just words of encouragement. Cool. All right, we might go through this when I'm feeling a little bit better, and then I'll try to see if I can read this out for you guys, but I'm not doing that right now. We got likes. That's so funny. Dang, bro. I'm pretty sure that would, like, actually hurt you in real life. I've never slammed a monster, but that's just me. All right, I might skip over this, but we're just going to go through the toilet business because I think that helps in the overall story.
Sam, we've received a distress call from the distro center staff. Check the order on the delivery terminal as soon as you're ready.
Ah, that's hilarious. How old is that show? Good for you, Norman Reedus. Get that money. Oh, cool. We're taking the shades. That's awesome.
This isn't what we agreed on. You said you'd do everything in your power to save BB.
We are. But we cannot release your son just yet. Believe me when I tell you it's for the best.
This is a woman in a mask who's done nothing but lie to me.
Is it really named BB? Is that just a coincidence? It's not just Bridge Baby? I don't know.
Sam, there's something I forgot to tell you. It's about managing your BB stress levels and reducing the risk of autotoxemic attacks. There are a few things you can do if your BB starts showing signs of distress.
Such as?
Such as take a moment to look after it. Cradle the pot, gently rock it, that sort of thing. Out of curiosity, how's it doing at the moment?
Before I answer that,
Something wrong?
when I hook up my BB, I see things.
What kind of things?
Like a face, someone I don't know, calling to me. There's this room, too, with other people talking, but I can't make out the words.
Lead-through effect. Didn't I warn you about this? You're mistaking the BB's memories for your own. They're false flashbacks, nothing more. Let me explain. A BB is harvested from its steel mother at around 28 weeks and placed in a pod. To be clear, this is before it's even born. The procedure halts its development. But even at 28 weeks, its sensory systems have matured enough to process external stimuli. It is more than capable of encoding this information into memories, which can bleed into yours via your connection.
So who's the man I saw?
Someone from the medical team, maybe? Or a BB technician? Does it matter? The BB has been in circulation for a while now. It's been handled by a lot of people. How should I know which one made an impression?
'Cause you're the expert.
No one's an expert, Sam. BBs were developed decades ago in secret. They're your quintessential black boxes. We may use them, but we don't truly understand them. Believe me, I've been trying to learn more, but almost all of the old records are gone. If I find anything out, I'll tell you, all right? Dead man's honor.
So, man, it's so confusing to try to follow. Like, who was the first person to do that and decide that was a good idea? And like, if they could keep the still mom alive, why don't you just keep her alive the whole time? But then I guess you're utilizing this as a tool, but it just seems like an awful cruel thing to do. All right, I'm not going to question it too much. It's a video game. Moving forward, Brandon.
While you're resting, I ran some network diagnostics. Beryllium monitoring and holographic systems are nominal. Unfortunately, our printer is offline. I know. After all the trouble you went through to bring us those materials. This one's on us. We ordered a part a while back, but it never arrived. The printer needs it to communicate with the chiral network. Mules must have snatched it, caught that porter en route or something. If I'm right, they'll have taken it to their drop site, which is smack dab in the middle of their territory. Don't suppose you'd be up for stealing us our property back? Can't think of anyone more qualified than you.
So he wants me to go back through the BT territory to grab a box or something. Oh, man, this game's brutal. All right. Let's try to see if we can get to the other spot. Others are briefing.
Sam, The area around that distro center has produced a significant quantity of chiral crystals. Matter of fact, that's where the chiralium used in your Cupid's internal circuitry came from. They have a range of applications, including equipment fabrication. Bottom line, they're a valuable resource and one you'll want to make the most of. I'll let Hartman explain in more detail, but chiral crystals don't exactly grow on trees. If you see any deposits, you should go out of your way to gather them, especially since folks with dooms are the only ones that can, provided they have the necessary equipment, that is. I'll see that it's added to your supplies for this order.
Sam, it's Hartman. Following the discovery of the beach, we not only began to observe heretofore unseen phenomena, but a new type of matter, chiralium. I say new, but it has doubtlessly existed since the dawn of the universe. We believe it was always there, like dark matter and certain particles, ever present, yet overlooked because we lacked the capacity to see it. Chiralium appears to be unbound by the constraints of physics as we understand them. It can stop time or move contrary to it. On occasion, it even defies gravity. In practical terms, it can stop or even reverse time and causes objects to float. A special cylindrical case is required to collect and store it. Suffice it to say, the procurement of samples is vital to our ongoing research.
Mama's added a watchtower schematic to your PCC. If you don't have it on you, consider fabricating one. You never know when you'll need to recon an area. That thing you're holding is a crystal collector. As the name suggests, it provides secure storage for any crystals you gather.
Allow me to describe your quarry. Chiral crystals appear gold to the naked eye and are frequently found in formations resembling human handprints. Surrounding rocks and debris tend to float a few feet above the ground. And they are most commonly found in areas with high precipitation. Got all that? Rain, floating rocks, golden handprints. That's your trifecta. Look for these three things and you'll find the crystals. If you've been especially observant, then perhaps you already know where to look.
Order assigned.
All right, everyone, I think that's going to be about an hour, so I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you hit like, make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell to let you know when we drop a new episode. Again, we try to keep these to around about an hour because at the resolution that we put them out at, it takes YouTube like at least 3 days to process them. So definitely make sure that you let us know in the comments section below if you're enjoying it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Take it easy now.